Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakathum, Yahweh Shamar Atah Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. We are the Israelite School of University of Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, underneath Commanding General Yohana. We're not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group. Tonight, man, we're going to bring out something heavy that's going on right now, man. Salakia. I was going to see, could you turn the TV on, but it might be too wild. Can you turn that TV on if you reach behind there and turn it on? We're going to bring out something heavy. We're going to bring out this situation that's going on right now that we have seen in the news with the Asian community being attacked by their so-called Caucasian male who went inside the nail salon and shot and killed those Asian women. And he also killed the Caucasian man and the Caucasian woman, which I don't know why they don't, let people know about that, but he did that also as well. But the so-called Asian community now is starting to act as if they are being targeted also. You've been seeing in the news lately, it's been they've been protesting. And what they've been doing in their protest is saying that stop murdering us, stop killing us, stop hating Asians. They're trying to use, the movement. I don't support Black Lives Matter, and neither of us in the UPK do. But they try to use their movement and copy it just like the Black Lives Matter movement. Now you got them out there saying Asian lives matter, stop the hatred and killing of Asians. When everybody knows Asians are not suffering like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in the ghettos in America. They're not suffering. Majority of them own majority of these businesses around here. They own nail salons, they own hair salons. The list goes on. You know what I'm saying? They own nail salons, beauty salons, hair stores, Chinese restaurants, Korean restaurants. They're making tons of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But yet, since they have been murdered and killed by this so-called Caucasian man, now they want to associate themselves with their movement. They want to associate their movement and act as if they're going through the same things that we have went through here in America as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They have not went through what we have went through here. They were not forced to come here in America and serve out slavery. We were forced here. We were forced to be in America. We were kidnapped. We were lynched. We were murdered. We were set on fire. That did not happen to the so-called Asian man, him or his families. I'm gonna pull out some scriptures and I'm gonna pull out some articles to show you how much the Asian community is making on a yearly basis off of black people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could. Now, let me get this on this TV screen for you, because we're gonna show you a couple of videos also on the TV screen. It's like, you not turn this up on? Let me see. If you could, you think you type this in there? Just put Koreans beating blacks in hair salons and nail stores. Like I said, man, you know, now the Chinese are starting to endure things that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have been going through with the so-called Caucasian race for years, man. You know, for years we have been beat and tortured and just humiliated by the European culture, by the Caucasian people, which are our oppressors. We have been oppressed in America for hundreds of years. But now Chinese people are starting to get a little whiff of what it feels like to be black. Because that young boy, that devil, Slakia, that oppressor, walked inside the nail salon and just opened up fire. He just opened up fire, man, killing. Put blacks, yeah. It should pull it right up. Yeah, and now since they're starting to go through what we went through, now they want to associate themselves with us. Oh, what about the Asian community? Asian lives matter. You know, but where was the Asian community when black people were getting murdered and shot in the streets by these oppressors? You know, you didn't see them marching. And if they were marching with Black Lives Matter, 10 times out of 10, they were homosexuals. You know what I'm saying? But this wasn't something that your typical Chinese, Korean, or Japanese would do. They typically do not march and hold hands with us and say Black Lives Matter. Like I said, we do not support the Black Lives Matter group and organization. But when they had their little rallies, you didn't see Koreans out there. Yeah, go to the... yeah, that's it right there. Go back. Right. No, go to the second one. Go over one more. Yeah, you can play that one. We'll play that one. It doesn't matter. Now let me show you some videos on how the Asians treat blacks here in America in their salons.
American people are coming here giving you our money, though. You did. You insulted us. You said that every rapper is in a gang, and you also said that black people cuss and don't know how to raise their kids. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You asked me what I do for a living. I told you I work for DCF. You said that there's a lot of help needed in the community. I don't help just black people. I help white people too. Every people of every color. I watch Oprah Winfrey. But what is watching Oprah Winfrey doing? You said history talks about African American people. You opened the door for the conversation. Now you don't want to talk about it anymore. Because black women come in here and give you their black money, correct? It's no issue there as long as we're ignorant and give you money to pay for us to get our net.
Notice the sister said something that was very important. Notice that she said, black women come in here and give you our money. We give you our black dollars. And we're ignorant. And give you money. This is the sad thing about this right here. She knows it's ignorant for black people, well, black women, to pile inside of these nail salons and give these filthy heathens their money, even though they know this is how they feel about them. Even though they feel like black women and black men don't know how to raise their children. Even if they have a stereotype that all rappers are drug dealers, even if they feel like our communities are destroyed, they still give their money to these heathens ignorantly. But now the Chinese community and Korean community wants us, the Asian community wants us to show love to them because they have been through something that we have been through for hundreds of years. Now they're starting to get a little taste of the medicine. Now they want to, Asian lives matters. Black people, we have things in common. But in all actuality, this is how they truly feel about you.
Nails and feet done. When black women are educated and they can open a nail shop and paint those pretty black women's fingers.
There's a lot of African American community that have big salons, big barber shops, banking. But by majority, the orange that does nail, they are a lower level really, by majority. That's very true.
Nothing's going on. He's just the ignorant. He can freely speak his mind, but I'm gonna speak my mind too. That's what I'm saying.
I just said something
No.
on TV.
TV is not reality. You guys come here to America wanting to do black people's don't give up now. You guys come here to America wanting to do black people's feet and then insult us and then you expect me to come here and pay money for it. On TV, what?
You win, okay, you win whatever you want to win. You won.
I didn't win.
I'm just sharing with
Because you're ignorant. You're ignorant. That's what it is.
Right now, from
That's just a little bit. That's just a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? That's how these heathens truly feel about you. Let me show you a little more of their brutality that they put upon black women. Let me show you a little more. Before you start to go out there and start to march with the Asians and you got your signs up saying Asian lives matters, because there's going to be somebody that's going to be stupid. And they're going to go out there and march. And you're going to see it. Somebody's going to have a sign. It's going to say Black and Asian Lives Matter. And it's going to be a black person holding it. Mark my words. You're going to see it. You're going to see somebody holding up a sign. It is going to say Black and Asian Lives Matter. But this is how the Asian community feels about black people. Now, before we start this video, this is a sister named Christina. Her and the nail salon owner got into a disagreement about $5. About $5. They got into a disagreement. So the nail salon owner said, I'm going to call the police. She said, I'm going to sit here and wait until the police gets here. And so she sat down next to her grandmother. But while she was sitting down next to her grandmother, the shop owner's wife started to stare at her and her grandmother, the sister Christina and her grandmother. She starts to stare at them. And let's find out what happens. Look how she's looking at him. Look what she has in her hand. Now the Chinese lady is verbally assaulting the lady Christina, the sister Christina, and her grandmother. Now, they attacked the mother, they attacked the grandmother, Christina, and they just started attacking some woman who had nothing to do with this. She was just an unidentified woman sitting there, and she started to get attacked as well. Acetone. The sad thing about this also is, do you see the brother that's right there watching these black women get beat? He's pleading with these heathens to stop beating on these women. He even went to the point where he put his hand together like he's praying like, y'all just stop, y'all just stop. Listen, I'm just saying, I couldn't have been there and seen that happening. Me as a black man, I couldn't watch these black women be attacked and abused and beat on by these heathens, man. See that, man? Look. She's going for a razor blade. I don't think I can watch too much of it. Fast forward a little bit. look who the police officers are. Are those Chinese cops? Are those Chinese police officers? Whose side do you think them police officers are going to be on? Whose side do you think those police officers are going to be on? You have a Chinese police officer enter into a Chinese nail salon, and guess who he sees in there? The Chinese police officers. He see Asian people. He see Asian people. He sees his people. So whose side do you think he's going to really be on? All right, that's enough, man. But we can go on. The list goes on and on and on of videos of these. Like, this is another video, right? This is another video, right?
With Square, you can serve tableside, outside, inline, and online.
Whose hard lemonade seltzer is this? Looks so crisp and refreshing.
It's Mike's.
Like who? Oh. Michael?
Hey, hold on a sec.
That's enough. That's enough. That's all we're gonna watch for now. But let that be a lesson for these black women who like to pile inside of these nail salons and give these filthy Koreans their money. This is how they truly feel about you. This ain't just one nail salon. This isn't just two nail salons. It's tons of videos. These Asians hate black people with a passion. They hate you with a passion. They don't like you. The only reason they deal with you is because you bring them billions of dollars inside of their nail salons. You bring them billions of dollars inside of their hair stores. When you come in and you buy these various things that you need for your hair, they make billions of dollars a year off of black women, man. If you could you get Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22? Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22. That video is very hard to watch, man. I know I couldn't sit there and just watch these Asians beat up on our women like that, man, and not do anything. Not try to make any type of attempt to help or anything. Like, I couldn't just sit there and watch something like that go down while I stand there. I would not feel like a man if I sat right there and watched that happen. You got that up?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can go ahead.
Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
This is a people what?
Robbed and spoiled.
This is a people that's what?
Robbed and spoiled.
We are a people that is robbed and spoiled. We're being robbed left and right by everybody. First, America did it to us. They robbed us, took everything, took our identity, our nationality, our language, our history, our culture. They took everything away from us. But now, you have these Asians who came over here also and have also started to rob us. They have also started to get rich off of our people and make money off our women. And we're spoiled. That means that we're treated badly, man. You know what I'm saying? Spoiled just means destroyed or ruined. We are robbed and destroyed here in this land called America. And not just America, all over. These heathens do us dirty, man. They take all of this money from us. It's about, you got it.
Got a comment.
Okay.
From a comment from Kazakh Shapar. He said, "That's right, sir. They have been penny pinching us for decades."
Damn right. Get that brother a hand, man. Get that brother a hand. He's right. They have for decades, man. Since the 50s, when they came over here more and more at a phenomenal rate. And let me tell you something. This isn't nothing new. This has been going on for a long time. Let me give you out a little history story, because Shapar, he knows about this story also. Sam Cooke, a famous singer. We all know who Sam Cooke is. If you don't know, he's famous for that song, "Change Is Going to Come." Sam Cooke was killed inside of a hotel room. Sam Cooke was killed by a Korean woman and another lady who set him up. Let that sink in. These Koreans and this Asian community has never, ever liked blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They hate us. They hate us with a passion. It's like, is that door locked in the cars outside?
Is that door?
On the cars.
I'm not sure.
It's locked. Yeah, this community has never liked us at all, man. They don't like us. They just tolerate you. You really think they like when you come in there and they doing your toes and you whipping them dogs out, that shoe, and putting them right there? You think they really like doing it? You think they like doing your nails? You think they like that? They do not like that. They hate it. They just know that they can generate $1 billion industry a year with the dollars of black women. And let's not even get on those filthy, disgusting Chinese restaurants. I appreciate that. Let me give you an estimate on how much these filthy Chinese restaurants make, man. All right, this is just a little estimate on how much some of these Chinese restaurants make. They say Chinese restaurants make, on the average, some make about $1 million a year, $1 million a year. They said a lot of them make $1 million a year. They said a decently run Chinese restaurant in Manhattan can make about $500K in a year. They said with great traffic, they can make $1 million. So you got Chinese restaurants making anywhere between $100,000 to $1 million a year off of blacks coming inside of their restaurants, especially those little rundown Chinese restaurants that's inside of everybody's ghettos. You know, especially, you know, the ones that's selling the shrimp fried rice. Salaki. The shrimp fried rice and all of these things, they are making millions of dollars, man. Millions of dollars off of our people. But yet, they still look at our people as if we're the enemy. But this shooting that just happened this weekend, now they want to associate their pain with black people's pain. When the Chinese people, just like that video we just watched, they are beating our women inside of these nail salons. They are beating our sisters inside of these hair stores. You know how many videos came out between 2015 to about 2019 of Chinese people beating on our women inside of these nail salons? The only reason it stopped because the coronavirus hit and they had to shut down these businesses and their organizations. But now, since the coronavirus is starting to get, you know, like since the coronavirus had knocked down everything and put a shutdown on this economy, now since they're starting to open back up, now the Chinese people want to be friendly. They want to be your friend. They want to be nice. But we cannot forget about this right here. We cannot forget about these videos on how they did our mothers, man. Our sisters, our daughters, our grandmothers. They hate us with a passion, man. Read that again for me, if you got it. Isaiah chapter 42, verse 22.
Isaiah 42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Right. We are robbed and spoiled in this land called America. Everybody partakes in our destruction, man. These heathens get rich off of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's why it's so important that we continue to do what we're doing as black people with our businesses. Now you have more sisters that are starting to do nails. Now you have more sisters that are starting to do toes and starting to do the things that the Chinese man is getting, that the Asian community is getting filthy rich off doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to bring out this story about what happened if some people are not familiar to this story. All right, this was updated on March the 19th. So this story was updated about maybe 3 days ago. The title reads, 6 Asian women killed in a horrific shooting rampage. It says, it says, a lone gunman went on a shooting spree Tuesday night at 3 spas across the metropolitan Atlanta area, murdering 6 Asian women and 2 others. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports police have since arrested a suspect, Robin Aaron Long, 21, who is white. He has confessed to the shootings and has been charged with 8 counts of murder and 1 count of aggravated assault. You got to notice something here. This Edomite, oppressor devil, went inside this nail salon and killed 8 people. He killed 8 people. But notice the headline says, 6 Asian women killed in horrific shooting spree. They take the 8 down and only put 6. Always know this, the media does things for a reason. They like to put things up like this so they can inflict all types of laws. You know what I'm saying? With Kamala Harris being the first so-called South Asian woman of descent who's in the chair, she's going to have something to say about this situation. She's going to make some type of law into existence to help protect the Asian community. Not just those Asians like the Chinese and everything, but all Asians. That's why she notes herself as a Southeast Asian woman, because when she starts to pass these bills with Joe Biden to protect the Asian communities, these laws are also going to protect her people, which are your East Indians and all of those people from India. You got to realize something. These people are very intelligent. They were waiting on something like this to happen so they could push all type of laws into existence to help protect their people. But black women were walking around parading Kamala Harris around as if she was a black woman. Black women are finna get another slap in the face. Our women have already been slapped in the face by the Asian community on how they rob them and take their money and build businesses that they don't even have anything to do with them. Like, Asian people don't even wear the nails that they do on black women. Asian people don't even wear the hair products that they have inside of their hair stores. You don't see Asian people coming out there with the weave on, with the long nails, with the eyelashes and the wave caps and nothing like that. That's stuff for our women. But they have watched and been taught by America how to get rich off of us. They've been taught and trained how to get rich off our people, and that's what they do. Let me continue to read this. It says, the deadly attacks began around 5 p.m. when the gunman entered Young's Asian Massage, located in a strip mall about 30 miles north of Atlanta. He shot and killed 4 people inside, 2 Asian women, a white woman, and a white man. Notice how they did not put that in the media. They didn't put in the media in the fact that this Caucasian man also killed a white woman and a white man. So if that's the case, this couldn't have really been racially motivated. Because if it would have been racially motivated, he wouldn't have killed this white woman or this white man. He would have only targeted this Asian people, these Asian women. This was not a racially motivated attack like they try to make out in the media. Because if it was, he wouldn't have killed anybody but Asians. But let me tell you about a racially motivated attack. Dylan stormed roof when he entered inside the church and killed those 9 people. That was a racially motivated attack. Because he went inside and he plotted on these people. He plotted on how he was going to kill these black people, man. And he only killed black people. He didn't kill anybody else. He didn't kill no Caucasian people. He didn't kill the Chinese people walking around. He went inside this church and killed 8 people because this was a racially motivated attack. Now, I'm not saying this attack that was done by this man, Alex Logan, was not right, was not wrong. It was in fact wrong, but it wasn't a racially motivated attack like they try to say. That's why the media didn't put in there that a white woman and a white man was also murdered. They showed their pictures, but that's not what they're really trying to push. They're not trying to push the fact that there were also a white man and white woman inside of their organizations who also got shot and killed. But there also was a Mexican brother that was inside their organization who got shot also. So if they were inside of their organization and they got shot, wouldn't there be a racial attack amongst them too? Can't we say maybe this white guy was racially murdering white people as well? Maybe he was racially attacking that Hispanic brother as well. He was racially motivated to spread racism on them as well. They're not going to say that because that's not their intention. Their intention isn't to make everybody feel like a victim. Their intention is to only make these Asian women the victim, to make them seem like they're the ones that's being targeted. No one's putting up any signs for that white man and that white woman who got killed. They're only putting up signs for the Asian community because there's also an agenda behind this right here. And I'm not no conspiracy theory. I'm not saying, oh, it was a setup. You know, the government did this. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the government is going to try to capitalize off this attack to try to push laws into existence that protect the Asian community. And when I say the Asian community, I'm not just talking about the Chinese community, the Japanese community. I'm also talking about the East Indian community who Kamala Harris associates herself with. They're going to make laws to protect these people. And it's going to be more and more harder on blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians in America. Because when these laws start to get passed, what do you think they're going to feel like? How do you think they're going to feel like as a community, as the Asian community, when they realize the government is passing laws that will protect them for anybody that's trying to do harm to them? They're going to get puffed up, and they're going to start to abuse our women even more. They're going to start to abuse our people even more inside of these nail stores and these nail salons because they hate us. They don't hate the fact that this Caucasian man came inside and killed him. They still hate us. We're still the enemy. No, even if we didn't come inside that side of those organizations and shoot everybody, black people are still the target. We're still the problem. I'm gonna keep reading this, right? All right, it says, he shot it. It says, Salakia. It says, he shot and killed 4 people inside, 2 Asian women and a white woman and a white man. A Hispanic man was shot but survived. Video footage captured the gunman fleeing in a black SUV heading south toward Atlanta, where the rampage continued. Around 5:50 p.m., the police responded to a call reporting a robbery in progress at Gold Spa in the neighborhood of Buckhead, where they found 3 Asian women dead from apparently gunshot wounds. The gunman also entered a spa across the street, Therapy Spa, where he shot and killed another Asian woman. On Wednesday, a Cherokee County sheriff identified the 4 people who were killed at Young's Asian Massage as Delina Ashley Young, Paul Andrea Michaels, Azure Tan, and Dejon Fing. Alices R. Hernandez Ortiz was injured. You know what I mean? And it says the 2 other victims as Julie Park, 74, and Hong Jung Grant, 51. And the Fulton County Medical Examiner has listed the names of the 2 other victims as Young A. Yul and Sakai Kim. So this devil went on a mass shooting spree, like how all devils do when they get angry about something they can't have or something that frustrates them. That's been a long story, you know, for black people. You know what I mean? All right. And you know they now, man, it's disgusting, man. So like I just it's very disgusting. If you could you get me Jeremiah 10:25? Jeremiah 10:25.
Jeremiah 10:25. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen.
Do what?
Pour out thy fury upon the heathen.
Do what?
Pour out thy fury upon the heathen.
That's what the Most High is doing now. Now he's starting to pour his fury out on these heathens. Now they're starting to get a taste of what it feels like to be black inside of America. Now they're starting to get the feel of what it feels like to be racially targeted by Caucasian people. They're starting to get the feel of it, and guess what? Now they want all of us to feel their pain. Now they want black people to come outside and march with them when the Asian community makes $8 billion a year off of black people. $8 billion a year off of black people. And where's that money going inside the black community? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me, out of that $8 billion that is made inside of the Asian community, where is it going inside of the black communities? Because this is where most of the businesses are located at. They put their businesses where they know black people are close by and where black people will come. You know, we all know it's a Chinese restaurant in the hood. We all know it's a Chinese hair salon store in the hood. We all know it's a Chinese or Asian nail spa somewhere in the hood. Right? Now, with them making $8 billion generated together, where is this money going inside the black neighborhood? I'm going to give somebody some time in the classroom to answer. Out of those $8 billion, how much is being spent inside the black neighborhood to help us build it up by the Asian community? Come on, I know y'all in class. Let me know.
Got a comment from my Shy. He said $0.
Facts.
Isaac says $0.
That's a forget them brothers a hand. They're spending $0 to help build up the black community. But they make $8 billion a year off of the black community. And they don't even give $1 back to our community, man. Not even one. Come on, not even one. All of these Chinese restaurants around the neighborhood that have been in some of these ghettos for years, they had never took one day to be like, you know, we don't sold so many 8 honey wings and fried rice that we don't send our kids to college. Let's get a day where we give back to the ghettos that we take all their money from. Go ahead.
On top of all that, they sell us food that's not even good for us, like rat and cats and dogs and all that. Like,
Ooh, that's a heavy point. That is a, give that brother a hand.
the same thing that Esau used to do to us. They used to throw us pig intestines after we worked all day for them.
Right.
And you know, pretty much
Like I said, they come over here to America and treat us the same way that Esau treats us. They dog us out the same way Esau does us. But when Esau flips the script and walks inside their nail salons and kills 6 Asian women and 2 Edomite women and an Edomite man, now we're supposed to show sympathy to them. That video I just watched with that sister and her grandmother being attacked by these heathens, that's where my sympathy is going to. That's what my love is going to them. Because they had a dispute over $5, and $5 got them beat on. They beat on that old sister, man, and they sprayed acetone in her face. Acetone? Threw it in her eyes and beat her and her granddad over $5. And we should show sympathy to the Asian community because now they're finally getting a little taste of what the Caucasian man is truly about. Now they have discovered how he really is and how he feels about them. Now we're supposed to turn around and be like, oh, we're here for you. Hell no, Salakia, no. Give your love to your own people. And this is why the Most High is doing this. Read that again from the top out.
So, Jeremiah 10:25. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen.
Go ahead.
Keep going.
Okay.
That know thee not.
And right, these heathens don't know the Most High. That's why he has to pour his fury out on them. Because if they knew who the Most High was, they would know who his children are. They would know how to treat blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians inside of this filthy land called America. They wouldn't be in nail salons beating our mothers and our sisters over $5. They wouldn't be serving us rat, cat, and dog inside of these little hole-in-the-wall Chinese spots. They wouldn't do us like that. They would show the utmost respect for us. Anything else on that?
And upon the families that call not on thy name.
Right. And all of these other heathen nations also who don't call on the Most High. The Most High is finna pour his wrath out on them, man. What we just seen that happen inside of the Asian community was just the beginning, man. That was just the beginning of what's coming to these heathen nations for how they did us for 400 plus, for how they've did us over the years, man. These Korean communities beating us up inside of their salons, robbing our people. Just like that sister, that young sister who was 15 years old in California, went inside the store to get to get a little something for her mother. The Asian woman said she was stealing because the sister had an orange juice, but the sister already had the orange juice. She just came in the store with it to buy something else. And the Asian woman insisting that she had stole it. And when the young 15-year-old sister turned around and walked outside the store, the Asian woman shot her in the back of the head and killed her. But you want us to show sympathy to Asia. You want us to go downtown and march with the Asians and hold up signs that say Asian and black and Asian lives matter. That's what you want us to do. These Asians could give a crap about black people, man. They don't even care, man. Why do you think when we were getting murdered on camera on these police, when we were getting murdered on camera by police officers, you didn't see Chinese people speaking up? You didn't see the Asian community speaking up for us. You didn't hear the Asian community say, hey, what you guys are doing is wrong. Y'all should stop. What you saw them do is continue to make money off our people. That's what you're seeing happen. Because deep in their heart, they do not care, man. They don't care. They just want to make the money and send their kids to college. That's it. You can keep reading up.
For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him.
That's what these heathens have done to us, man. They have eaten us up and devoured us, man. They have devoured us in the streets of America, man. Taking all our money. Taking our women money. You know what I'm saying? You can't even go to the hair store without some Asian in there who's running it, making tons of money. And then when you come in to buy something, they treat you like trash. Walking around the store, following you, looking at you, looking at the cameras, watching you. And it's like the same lady that's following you, when you get through getting everything you're getting, all of a sudden she's at the register about to ring you out too. You look back like, how did she get up here so quick? She's looking at you like, come on, hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy and get out. They don't care about you either, man. You need to sit back and think about these things before you get out here and decide to march and protest with these heathens who don't care about you at all, man. Who could care less about your children dying? Who could care less about your men being shot and murdered in the streets of America? They don't care, man. Was there anything else on that up?
Con.
Go ahead.
Salat. For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him and have made his habitation desolate.
And that's what they did. They have destroyed our ghettos too. What do you think most of these Chinese restaurants are at, man? Somebody tell me, where are all these Chinese restaurants and nail salons at? Anybody in class? Anybody, we got any answers on that?
Kazakh Shapar said, on poorest of all community.
Right, get that brother a hand. Get that brother a hand. He's right. In the poor neighborhoods. They get rich off us, man. When you ride around in the ghetto, notice how many little disgusting Chinese restaurants you're going to see, little Asian restaurants you're going to see. Notice how many little Asian hair stores you're going to see, man. Asian nail salons. You know, you're going to see these places all over the place. They help to destroy our communities, especially those restaurants, man. They serve you anything unlawful in there. You can't even trust the food you eat. They cooking your food with oyster sauce, man. Oyster sauce is something they use that comes from shit. They cooking your fried rice with oyster sauce, man. The only way you could probably get some good food from Asian community is from the Japanese. And that's when they cook it in front of you because you see what they're actually putting in your food. But for these little hole in the wall Moabite spots and these Asian spots, man, you are taking a risk. Only the Most High knows what they're putting inside these foods that we eat, man. Like the brother said earlier, he said they serving you anything unlawful. You coming up, man, hey, let me get a chicken fried rice. He give you pork fried rice. And then he don't say pork, he say, you want pork fried rice? You get the pork fried rice and you trying to figure out why your blood pressure going through the roof. Because they in there cooking y'all abominable foods, man. Let me see, can I pull another article for time's sakes, man? If you could, get me Psalms chapter 79, verse 6 and 7. I'm going to get this article.
want me to go ahead?
Slack, let me get this right quick.
Oh, Salak.
Oh, you go ahead.
We got a comment.
Go ahead.
From Shanae Thomas. She said, last time I went, I found hair on my wings. Haven't been back since. We can fry wings and make rice better than them.
Damn right. Get that sister a hand, man. Damn right. You know, you shouldn't have to go to... Listen, man. These Asian little hole-in-the-wall little Chinese restaurants are disgusting, man. I'm talking about... I seen one time myself, because one spot I went to, they had the bathroom in the back. So when you walk past the back, you get to look into the kitchen because they have the door wide open right there, too. So when you walk by, you can see what they're doing in the kitchen. When I walk by, so like, I'm finished. I look at when I walked by, they had a gray container like this big. It was like this long. It was like that wide, and it was full of raw chicken, and they had it sitting on top of the trash can. And then when I'm looking at that, I'm like, you look on the ground. On the ground, they got another gray container on the ground, full of vegetables. And then you look over there at the stove, is one, he has this big pot, like a big wok. He has hot water in it with the fire on it. He's taking a brush, dipping it in the wok, scrubbing the walls down with it. And scrubbing the walls down on the back of the stove with it. Takes the wok out, rinse it off and rinse the brush out, and puts it back on the stove to get ready to cook with it. You got what Kazak said up?
He said the FDA don't care about policing their stores as much because we are the recipients.
Get that brother a hand, man. That's why they do that, man. Like you said, FDA doesn't give a crap because it's not inside of their neighborhoods. If that restaurant was inside of a Caucasian neighborhood, listen, it would be shut down. Why do you think majority of these little Asian restaurants that have been shut down? It's because some Caucasian went in there and ate and got sick and said, hold up, we're not going to let this fly. Call the FDA. Let's get these guys out of here. Why do you think you got to go to places like that's in the fancy neighborhoods? Like you got to go to somewhere that's like Haywood Road, Woodruff Road, somewhere where you know the Caucasian community will be. Because when you go there, they're cooking this food correct. You know, they making sure they got the best meat, the best chicken. You know, you ain't going to see food on the floor. They also have Caucasians working for them. So they're not going to be too quick to try to make any type of scapegoats on that when it comes to them good restaurants. Because they know that, you know, they got other people in there. Any more comments, anything up? All right, let me get this. Let me show you how much money these Asians make off the black community, man.
Got one more comment.
Go ahead.
Ashad said DHEC and OSHA would shut that spot down. So like,
Damn right. They would shut it down, but they can't. They can't shut it down because it's generating too much money. When they start to shut these Asian grocery store restaurants down, not only does the Asian community take a loss, but the Caucasian community takes a loss also. They can't have that type of money leaving from their ghetto, leaving from their neighborhoods, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't have that happening, man. It's too much money being generated from the Asian community. You know what I'm saying? From these restaurants, from these hair salons. Like I said, they make $8 billion a year off of the black community, man. And you think that the FDA is really going to step in, or DHEC is going to try to step in to stop that? No, that's how they get their piece of the pie, with taxes and all type of different things. You know what I'm saying? Making little laws. And this is the crazy thing about it. We seen ICE come inside the neighborhoods and family homes of our so-called Latino brothers and take them and put them in jail for being over here illegally. But when was the last time you seen ICE run up inside of one of those Chinese restaurants? When was the last time you seen ICE run up inside one of those nail salons? Or inside of one of those massage parlors? When was the last time you seen ICE do that? They're not gonna do it because this country has an enemy. And that enemy is black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We're the enemy here in America. They feel like we're the problem. We're the reason for everything that's wrong. But yet at the same time, everybody wants to rob us blind, man. You can read that article out. You can read that.
Psalm 79, verse 6. Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have known thee. Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee.
Do what?
Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee.
The Most High is going to pour his wrath out on these heathens who have not known him, man. These heathens don't know the Most High. And like I said earlier, they don't know who we are, man. You're putting your hands on the children of Israel, man. Just like these filthy heathens did in this video in this nail spa. They're putting their hands on the children of the Most High, man. And they thought that they were going to be able to continue to do this. They thought, like, listen, there ain't going to be nobody here to step in and help these people out, man. And guess what happened? Coronavirus. The coronavirus happened, and guess what? Donald Trump took the target off of blacks a little bit and put it on the Asian community as well. What did he say? What did he call what did Donald Trump call the coronavirus? The Kung flu? He called it the Kung flu. He said this is a virus that came from the Chinese community. You know what I'm saying? He took that target off of blacks and put it on the Asian community as well. And then you start seeing videos where Asian people were going to be targeting where the Asian community was getting targeted by the Caucasian race. You kept seeing videos of Caucasians walking up to Asians saying, take that flu and take it back to where you came from. And the Chinese community wanted to say that we're going through the same thing black people going through. You're not going through the same thing black people going through. You're just getting a taste of what we have been going through. You just getting a little taste of what we've been going through. You wouldn't last in the shoes of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have went through slavery. We have went through Jim Crow laws. We have went through immigrations. You know what I'm saying? We have went through all of these various things and still survive. But now the Asian community got a little taste of what we went through. Now they want black people to support them. Now they want us to come out there and join hands with them and be friendly and get that. I'm telling you, it's going to be it's going to be some unlearned Israelite out there with the sign that says, Black and Asian lives matter. It's going to be out there, man. And the government is going to push laws into existence that are going to help the Asian community. And when those laws get put into existence, the Asian community is going to continue to abuse blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And when you try to fight back, they're going to have laws in place that will get you incarcerated for a long, long time. The ICPK has been saying this for a long time. It's time to start to support your own. It's time to go inside. It's time to go inside of these black nail salons and get your nails done. Get your toes done. It's better to start to go, where the black people at. Latinos and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Go to your own people and let's get this done. We might not have much now, but if we continue to put money towards each other, we'll build ourselves up, man. Read that for me again, Doc, if you could.
Psalm 79 and 6. Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name.
Right. And the Most High is doing that now, man. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that now. He's letting these heathens feel what we have felt for years. Selecting. He's letting these heathens get a taste of it, and they can't endure. They can't hold on to this pain like we have, man. Which verse is that up?
That's Psalm 79:6. We're on 7 now.
Go ahead and keep reading.
For they have devoured Jacob.
They have did what?
Devoured Jacob.
They have devoured blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. These people have destroyed us, man. And it ain't only just the so-called Chinese community. It's these East Indians as well. Like me and the brother Josiah, man. Me and the brother Josiah, we got a slavery where we go to all of these, different organizations like these gas stations, your Dollar Generals, and we give these people ice. We the guys that's out there filling up your ice. Like if you get a bag of ice from down here or in the country somewhere, 9 times out of 10, we have put it inside that cooler for you to get it. But with us doing this slavery, we encounter some of the most disgusting, filthy heathens you could ever run into. I'm talking about disgusting. And it's like where they have us located at, we are in a racist area. Very racist area. Very racist area. I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure it's Klan territory. But while we're down there, we are also encountering East Indians. And these East Indians have picked up the vibe from these oppressors, which is Esau, the Caucasian man. They have picked up that same vibe. And now they think they can treat us the same way that Esau treats us. They try to talk to you any kind of way, treat you like trash. Like, you remember that time we seen the brother, I don't know if he was with me. I don't know if you were with me or somebody else. But it was a brother, he was saying, the same guy that me and you can't stand, that East Indian, that little one, we got to come in with the bags. It was a brother who was buying a lottery ticket, and something conspired between them two. And the brother said, "You always so damn mean." He said, "You always acting like this." And the brother told us, he said, don't let this sucker right here, think he can talk to y'all in any kind of way. But he wasn't talking to us, he was talking to the brother. And he said, he just so damn mean. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I remember that.
Yeah, and that's how these heathen, even these East Indians don't pick up the same spirit, man. They don't pick up the same spirit and that same vibe. And they try to do us the same way, man. They try to do us the same way. You know what I'm saying? They try to do us the same way that Esau has done us. They think they can talk to you any kind of way. They think they can treat you any type of way. They think they could just, I'm gonna do him the way that the white man does him. And when you go inside, like, come on, man. I know y'all don't been inside these East Indian gas stations and how they try to pop off. It's one guy, he's, man, listen, I don't even know how he's been surviving this long inside the black community. Because he has nothing but one time to pop off at me, and I'm going to tell him about himself. One time. I'm like, listen, you only got one time to get rude with me, man, especially if you're a 50 heathen, man. Like, I'm not going to put my hands, I'm going to disrespect you so politely. And it's going to make everybody look at you like, damn, you know what? He's right. He's right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's right. Maybe we should stop supporting him. Because you don't have to always go off on these heathens. You don't always got to cuss them out and put your hands on them. It's a way to disrespect them, but do it correctly. We have been trained in this school on how to deal with oppressors like this, man, and these filthy heathens who come inside of our neighborhoods and rob us blind, man. You don't have to cuss them out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to jump over the counter and spit on them and beat them up. No, man. Let people know how they really are, man. And do it openly and do it wisely, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to talk to these people and let everybody know that you know how they really are. Because the only thing they're going to try to do is deny. No, I'm not like that. No. You call them for what they doing. You don't even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a way to do it. When you come into school, you learn how to deal with people correctly without, doing it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Because when you in the world, you think, the first thing you're supposed to do is just get emotional, and that's how you handle things. No, man. That's not how you do things. UPK, we are trained on how to handle these heathens, man. We handle these heathens correctly. And we do it politely. But when we do it, people are going to look at these heathens for what they really are, man. That's why it's so important to be inside of this school and learn how to deal with these people, man, and how to control your emotions. Yes, we are in hell. Yes, we are in slavery. Yes, these heathens are robbing us blind. But there's also a way you can deal with these heathens, man. There is a way, man. Salaki. Let me get another verse out. If you could, give me Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28.
Good.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 34. So like you said, what? Verse what?
It's Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 28. And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
We should no longer be what?
Be a prey to the heathen.
We're not going to be a prey to these heathens anymore, man. The time is coming to where Israel is not going to be a prey to these heathens no more. That's why you're seeing the situation unfold inside of that nail salon with this heathen coming in and attacking these other heathens. Because the Most High now is starting to allow Israel not to be a prey for these nations no more. But what we have to do is to continue to separate from these people, man. We have to continue to separate and stay away from these heathens, man. That's all we have to do. The coronavirus crippled a lot of these businesses, man. Predominantly these Asian communities. Because guess what? When the coronavirus was going around, nobody was able to go out to the clubs anymore. Nobody was able to party anymore. So guess what started happening to the Asian beauty salon? They started to lose money because black women wasn't coming in there to buy the weave and to buy these various things to continue to make these people rich. Black women weren't going to get their nails done because guess what? Where are you going to go to if everything's shut down? Where are you going to go to? If everything is shut down, where were you going to? What, you going to get pretty and sit in the house? You going to get an outfit and just, sit on the couch and play music? Nobody was going nowhere, man. And these heathens took a big hit from that, man. They don't want to tell you, but they took a big hit. That's why if you go inside the nail salon right now, man, these Asians are going to be so nice to you. They're gonna, when they doing your toes, they gonna crack each one of your toes and crack your feet. And when they do it, they're going, oh, sir, does that feel good? Are you okay? They're going to be nice to you because they're losing money. And now they're starting to see what it feels like to finally be a N-word in America. Now they're starting to get a little glimpse like, oh, no, we can't go through what black people went through. This is not going to happen to us. You know what I'm saying? Now they're going to start protesting. But this is the perfect time for us, man, to, you know what I'm saying, to come together, man. Go ahead, Al, you got it.
I was just going to say, it's also like you said before, if Native Indians, blacks, and Hispanics, if we stop, working or putting our money into all these other people's businesses, these heathens' businesses, then it will collapse. So
damn right. Damn right. Get that brother in here. He's right. These organizations would collapse, and that's why the Most High put the coronavirus out here, to make some of these organizations collapse, man. And people think that, the coronavirus is over because the government said it is over. You can't stop what the Most High wants to happen, man. You can't stop that. You can't stop what the Most High wants to happen. Or, they said the coronavirus up. No. It's going to kick up again. It's finna get hot. And everybody already knows what happens when it gets hot. that virus starts to live. When it's cold, it doesn't spread as bad. But when it gets hot, that thing is going to spread. They already said in Miami the numbers have raised up because people have been going to Miami and partying down in Miami, and they saying that the numbers have tripled in Miami. And guess what's going to happen? People are going to leave from Miami, go back to where they came from, because it was a lot of the younger community down there, a lot of black women, black men, everybody partying, chilling, doing God knows what. So what's going to happen when all them people leave from Miami and go back to their hometowns? They're going to go back to their homes, and a lot of them going to take that virus with them. And a lot of them going to continue to live their life. They're going to go into the nail salons, get their nails done, their toes done, and chill and party and have a good time. But that virus is going to mutate and spread even more. And guess what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to shut it down again. They're going to have to shut it down again. And America cannot take another hit like they did last year. If they take a hit like that again, man, listen. Mark these words, man. It's going to be raining Caucasian men. They're going to be jumping out the buildings. They cannot take another hit like this. This is the reason why they're trying to continue to have these organizations open. That's why they're still trying to continue and keep everything, moving and popping. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think that this place isn't going to fall, man. And with that, we're going to close out this class, man. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 through 21, Malachi chapter 3 through 8, verse 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering, not for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The upcoming holy convocations, it will be the Passover, which will be Saturday, April the 24th, 2021. It'll be in Texas. You can read about this in the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1 through 51. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 4 through 5. 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 7 through 8. And 2 Corinthians, chapter 30, verse 17. All right. Remind Akim and Aquaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a troop in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. All right. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Thumb. One courtesy salute to the sister. Yahweh Shamar Alathar Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. And with that, shalom.